We'll go ahead and start without Rhonda. Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Jake. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. We will resume our council meeting. We had a power outage at City Hall, for the record. So I don't remember who was speaking when we was it
I was.
Chief? Go ahead.
I was pretty much done. I was just explaining that our state's attorney's office and both judges' offices are really good here. I've seen it in other places where I wouldn't be able to say that, but that is true of Logan County. We're lucky to have good prosecutors and judges.
But for the record, when the officers arrest somebody that's committing burglary, they catch them, the no cash bail is they come to the station, get processed, released, correct?
Yeah, they go to the jail, they get processed and released unless, one thing we did is we changed our tactics with burglary specifically. Theft I have no control over, but burglary is a class 2 felony, which enables us to say we want that person to stay in jail until they see a judge. Some of the other offenses, we don't have that authority anymore. It's been removed from us. So
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Doolin, for the council?
No, sir. You guys have addressed everything I needed.
Alderman Downs.
I just want to bring some awareness to the police reports that are on the city website. I look at them every month. They're incredibly informative and well done. You can glean a lot of information, useful information from that. I don't know if any of you or anyone else has ever looked at it, but there's some incredible numbers there that from the volumes of arrests, and it really does a good breakdown of the crime report. So I just encourage everyone to look at that.
and we're doing as much as we can to make that as accurate as it possibly can be. We did run into some issues with when we started doing the NIBRS reporting, how our report system exports that data. So we're doing manual checks to make sure. Like, for instance, one month, I know we had like 13 or so burglaries, and the report didn't report it accurately. So when I saw that, we began addressing it.
And then, Chief, without going into a lot of detail, your department is actively recovering items that have been lost, correct? You've had a couple recoveries.
We're running out of space for it.
Okay.
That's how much we've recovered.
So if somebody has lost something, please get with your department.
Yep.
And then
You
work
can't
with
do
you.
anything about it if it's never reported, because somebody thinks, it was just a bike, or somebody thinks the cops will never find him. We definitely will not if it's not reported.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Dillon. Is there anybody else that would like to speak this evening? Okay. Thank you very much for coming. Okay. The next item up on our agenda is item number 5, Josh Garrett and Sarah Schwans with R.W. Garrett, health insurance renewal for city employees and retirees. And can we, Wes, Mr. Woodhull, can we get a handheld microphone from you, please? Yeah, we can do that first. Sarah, Josh, are you guys okay speaking about the retiree insurance first?
We can do that.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
We'll trade off.
Thank
I'll take
you.
care of that, and she'll handle the under 65 policy.
perfect. Thank you. All
Um,
right, floor is yours.
Well, thank you very much for having us. I'll try to be as quick as possible for you guys. I know insurance is the highlight of everybody's day, so. Yep, there you go. Is that better?
Yes.
So there's two policies. We have the under 65 group policy, and then there's an over 65 retiree policy that we're going to talk about tonight. Sarah's going to go over the under 65. I'm going to hit on a couple key points with what's going on the over 65 arena. So just kind of give you guys a high-level overview. At a federal level, there's been a lot of changes due to something called the Inflation Reduction Act. Some of those changes have, and they're going to pass these out, so all that information is in there.
Oh, we've already got them.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So some of the insurance companies that were offering policies in certain areas are on the over 65 Medicare policies are dropping. They're exiting markets. This is happening across the United States due to a couple things. So Health Alliance, who you guys currently have, is dropping the standalone prescription drug plan, Medicare supplement plan they are keeping, but they are dropping the Medicare prescription drug plan. And a lot of other carriers are kind of following suit in the group arena. There's some minimums, so you have to have 25 enrolled or 100 enrolled in some of these, and I don't know what the enrollment is currently, but it's under that. So some of the changes. So Medicare started negotiating some of the high-cost drugs, price increases, the vaccine coverage, and then the out-of-pocket costs for seniors has gone from $8,000 down to $2,000. So it's a huge increase in benefit to those individuals. So it's great to hear. That's wonderful. They're going to have a $2,000 out-of-pocket, but with that comes obviously some cost changes and some other things. Additionally, with that, there was some expanded low-income subsidies available to those individuals, as well as a Medicare prescription drug plan beginning 2025. Those enrollees can basically opt into a program that will help them pay for their prescription drugs over a period of time. So we put together kind of some brief notes in there that you guys can read at your leisure, and then here's kind of an overview of how all that works together, okay? So those are 2 pages there. So basically, you have a deductible that's $590. It's similar as it is today. Initial coverage is $2,000, so the maximum out of pocket will be $2,000 per individual. And then after that, the Medicare policy picks up 100%, okay? So the plan that's being offered currently is Medicare supplement to the seniors. That is going to continue if you guys choose to do so. And then the Health Alliance standalone prescription drug plan that's currently offered with an $8,000 out-of-pocket, that's being discontinued. The total cost for that, there's 2 options. And this is, oh, all right, perfect. There's 2 options available there. There's a $83 option total cost and a $200 total cost option. And again, that's a $8,000 out of pocket. Since those are going away, that supplement in the second section, so that supplement is going to be available for retirees, but that prescription drug card is going away at a group level. However, the city is potentially deciding to do a Medicare Advantage policy, which is $2,900 out of pocket. So they could opt into that. They could continue the supplement and then buy their own prescription drug card. So that drug card would look something in the ballpark of about $51.30. So there's a savings to that individual potentially of what they would be looking at today. So you have option 1, for instance, with Blue Cross. I just use that as an example. Option 1 would be about $51.30 versus like $83 and $200. And then the second option would be about $81 to kind of offer that. So group plan going away, but there is some light at the end of the tunnel. Significantly lower out-of-pocket costs on these plans available to people, and then the pricing is significantly less as well. So any questions on the prescription drug, the Medicare components? I know that's a lot of information really quick, and I'm happy to answer any of those questions.
Any questions? Okay.
Okay. Sarah, you want to go ahead and?
You all have a handout. I think you all have the handout of the 2 plan comparisons that are there for you for the Medicare.
Yep.
The pink and the yellow, yep. Those are the 2 plan offerings, so just want to make sure everybody had that. Okay, if no questions, I'll move on to the under 65. So you should have in your packet renewal information, probably some comparison sheets with several plans across them. But just so you're aware, just a little history back in January of 2023, the city of Lincoln moved to Health Alliance from Blue Cross Blue Shield due to the network issues that Blue Cross was having with Springfield Clinic at the time, as well as Health Alliance offering a rate cap of 7.5% for the 2024 renewal, which is what City of Lincoln did receive from Health Alliance for January 1 of 2024. So this year we're coming off the rate cap. Health Alliance renewal came in at roughly 9%, a 9% increase. City is running fairly decent, actually, with claims versus premium. Medical inflation, though, has not been, it's been increasing, we'll put it that way. Medical costs, just like everything else, inflation is hitting it as well. So with that being said, just wanted to point out a few things with the plans. There are 6 plans that are offered. You will see those in those spreadsheets that I've provided to you. There are a few plan changes that would occur with this due to IRS regulations for 2025 regarding the qualified high deductible plans. So that would be the HSA plan that is a $1,500 deductible now. That $1,500 deductible is no longer qualified, so it is coming in has a $1,650 deductible plan, so you'll see that in the renewal spreadsheet. There's also the HSA $3,200 deductible plan that is current. That is going to be going up to a $3,300 deductible plan. And again, it's due to the IRS regulations because it is an HSA qualified plan. So pre-tax dollars can be deducted. Health Alliance, with this renewal, we went back to Health Alliance to negotiate. Health Alliance is offering a 9% renewal cap rate for 2026. So in other words, no matter how the plan is doing, they cannot go over a 9% renewal rate for 2026. That's effective, again, January 2026. Also, if you guys are running really good, you could be under the 9% as well. But wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. There was a request for an employee plus one option to be added. You should have a spreadsheet where it says that at the top. It's a 5-tier. Just wanted to show you the rates for that. It did kind of impact the monthly and annual rates slightly, but it did not change what the rate was for employee-only coverage. That remained the same. It just spread out over the 5 tiers. So what it was is an employee plus spouse, employee plus child is the new one that was added, just so you could see that. And then there's employee plus children and family. So what it says is Health Alliance rates 5-tier at the top. You'll see that. That is the page I'm referring to. So with that spread, it did increase the rates a little bit, but again, the single rate stayed the same as it does with the renewal. With that information being said, is there any questions so far?
Can you explain why you went out for that 5-tier?
The 5-tier was,
Wiring.
we have, there are some employees that will be or could even be currently affected by that, where they have maybe one child they are going to have on the plan. There's some that have employee plus children right now, but they know they're just going to be going down to employee plus child. So they wanted to see what the rates would be if we did include employee plus child, if that was any savings to them. And it could also help with any other enrollees that may not have done that before, but that was the reason for it. And again, I think the main important thing was discussed was that Springfield Clinic was to be a part of that. I don't know if Peggy, if you want to refer to the insurance committee or not, but as we did meet with them.
Yeah, the insurance committee that we've had, 3 years now? Has it been that long?
4 or 5.
It's
Yeah.
been a long
least
time.
Yeah.
Seems forever. We did meet, and that's prior to that. Sarah asked if she wanted them to, if I wanted, or we wanted them to go out to get quotes from Blue Cross Blue Shield. I told her, go ahead, we'll see what happens, and she did that. She presented the rates, both Health Alliance and Blue Cross, with the committee, and they kind of, each person kind of thought that they felt like sticking with Health Alliance, but they all went back to their fellow workers and asked them. There had been no complaints of Health Alliance. Everybody said they were doing good. So the committee suggested we just stick with Health Alliance. Even though, I mean, it's right here of the Blue Cross, her quotes from Blue Cross, the one that includes Springfield Clinic and the one that does not include Springfield Clinic, which I don't even go down that path of not including Springfield Clinic.
There is savings with the one without Blue Cross, or without the Springfield Clinic in it. So that is one of the spreadsheets that you will see there with the percentages of savings there compared for the monthly and annual premium.
Can you make mention of the credit as well? Is that
Oh.
something we can share? Should be able to, right? I mean, it factors into the council's decision.
Oh, okay.
Were you not in favor of that?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Okay. No, there is also Health Alliance did offer a $50,000 transition credit to be done. Again, but with the 2-year rate cap.
Right. And then,
Could you explain what that means?
yeah.
Yep, it's actually a retention credit that goes basically back to administrative expenses to help renew the plan, essentially.
But
So
with a cap.
Donahue.
But with a cap.
With the cap, yep, at
With the
9.
2-year,
That-
yeah,
At
with the
9%
Good on that.
on the second
2026
year.
cap.
So the city would get $50,000,
Yep, a check written to them back, yep.
and then the council would decide what to do with the 50,000, or does that go
It-
to help?
It would
pay
just basically pay our premium the next
for-
month.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Go towards the premiums. Ms. McClellan?
Yeah.
About how many employees are we talking about?
Got the
60,
exact number? Is it on here?
60.
Actually, you mean active versus retirees? Because you do have retirees on the under 65 as well.
What's under, and who's over the 65?
Over 65 was 15, wasn't it? What was it,
I
15?
want to
Yeah,
say
it
there's
was-
15 that are over.
Yeah, and it depends on the plans you have. So like, there's 63 employee onlys on one of the high deductible plans. It looks like there's 2 families. And then on another plan, there's 1 employee only and 1 employee child. And then another plan, there is 5. And then another plan, there's 1. And there, you have a packet like this.
About 79.
And then-
I'm counting like 79 people.
Down here at the bottom, shows you all the enrollment in each plan.
Yeah, if you look at the employee line toward the bottom and then just follow it across, there's a little number to the left of it. That's the number of employees.
There is they can need to go see the eye doctor.
Yeah.
It is,
Can't
yeah,
see
It's
sorry.
very small.
So-
It is tiny print, yes.
Yes.
Just to note that with the $1,650 deductible plan, there is in the agreement with one of the unions that there should always be a $1,500 deductible offered, has an option. So I did include that you'll see on the first sheet, you'll kind of see in italics at the top, meets union agreement. There's a $1,500 deductible plan that I have added and included in there. I've also calculated there on the bottom the difference in annual premium with adding that if the enrollment stayed the same.
Mr. Bateman?
That's with one of the unions, but wasn't it last year there is 0 people taking that plan?
I think we had one. You got
That-
that number on here?
That's correct, yes.
One?
One.
Yeah.
So by union contract, we're forced to offer the plan,
Yes.
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 and one person takes it.
Yes.
Yes.
One active,
Yes.
4 retirees. I have 5 that are taking it.
Oh, that's right, the retirees. I forget about those retirees
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
under,
There's actually 5 that are enrolled
under 60.
in that current plan. But to meet that agreement, I included that in the spreadsheet so that you can see there was a $1,500 deductible plan that you guys can switch to. But I also, like I said, calculated what the annualized premium would be, the difference if the 5 stayed with that plan for next year with a $1,500 deductible.
Because currently, right now, it's a $1,500 HSA, but they don't offer the $1,500 HSA. So she went with the $1,500
Copay.
copay, POS. But there is a $1,500 plan. It's just in a
Union
different.
could technically open their contract
No, we're
and
not
change
doing
just that section.
They will not.
No, we're not doing that.
I didn't figure they would, but I mean, if they want cheaper insurance, they should.
Well, I mean,
Well, that,
we're offering it, so if they don't take it, we're doing our part by offering it. It's all we can do at this point.
that's definitely something we can talk with them about next year.
And the city is offering the maximum number of plans that you can offer to a
6.
group. So
Yep.
the 6 plans. With the 2,800, obviously, HSA plan being the most robust and people enrolling in, and with your HSA contributions, which are very generous.
So, Ms. Bateman, the members of the committee, have they made a decision? Have they taken a vote like they have in the past regarding this?
We got emails back, minus the fire department. I'm sorry, we didn't get one from the fire department. That they talked with their workers and they say stick with Health Alliance.
Okay.
I feel we need to do the 5-tier one just to give to those employees that only has one child instead of having to be put in that children section of costing the rates. Because it is spread out to where it is cheaper, correct? I mean, that's what I see.
Yeah, it is, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And doing that doesn't, as Sarah says, it doesn't affect the employee, all the people just have their themselves on there.
Yeah, it does not,
that doesn't
it does not
affect.
impact the employee-only premium. It's just the rest. It got spread across.
Next steps.
These would be separate on the agenda, a voting item, the over 65 and the under 65.
So then on the agenda, we'll
5-tier.
put the 5-tier rates for Health Alliance.
Correct.
And then for the over 65 retirees, which one on here?
Both those.
Both the,
Those both will be offered
Oh,
for
yeah.
Correct.
the
Yep.
under
Okay.
65.
Yes.
okay, so the
And
acceptance of both
They will,
plans.
if they take a plan in, which they have right now, they will be told they have to get their own prescription plan.
Okay.
Or they can take the, what do you call it, the,
A Medicare Advantage,
Advantage.
prescription drug plan, so it
so it'll have the
includes
medical, the
and-
prescription, dental, and vision on it. That is one flat dollar amount, so they would pay half of the amount if they take that.
regardless of age.
Right, but the end plan will revert back to, as it always has been, by their age. And they will pay half of that.
And Peggy and I have arranged a date to have any Medicare participants. We'll have an informational session on whatever you guys vote on for next week, if it gets approved, whatever. But we do have a session, some sessions planned to meet with individuals regarding this and go over the additional plan that's being offered.
Yeah, I actually have a letter ready. I didn't want to mail it out before tonight, to send that out to the retirees for that little meeting. If they're more than welcome to come and get all their answers.
Anything else for us?
That's it.
Any questions for Sarah or Josh? Mr. Walsham?
How long does the current plan stay in effect until this one does?
Current plan.
The end plan goes to the end of January, correct? Unless you change it to the other one, and then we can stop it as of December 31st. But no matter what, the prescription will go away 12/31.
Correct.
Yeah. So if you decide you want the end plan, you need to get something for your prescription before that 12/31 date. Yeah.
Ms. Bob?
That is the plan that was approved by city council. Yes. That, and then this Medicare Advantage plan. No, it is a supplement. It's the current plan that everybody's on currently. There's just not going to be the prescription drug plan after December 31st, the PDP.
So that's a great question. There's two ways to purchase a Medicare policy once you reach retirement age. There's what's called original Medicare,
Yeah.
which is your Medicare supplement, and then a standalone what's called prescription drug plan. So typically somebody 65 or older would take a plan or Part A, which is your hospital, Part B, which is your doctor, and then they would buy a supplement plan to cover any costs. Those plans typically A and B cover about 80% of the cost. That supplement plan would then pick up after that. And then none of that covers prescription drugs unless it's done in a doctor's office. Then you would typically buy a prescription drug plan along with that. The second way is through what's called Medicare Advantage or MAPD policy. And those policies typically have the drug plans built into them. And those are more like what your under 65 policies look like. So in lieu of a Medicare supplement, Part A, B, you still have to pay those, but then you would buy a Medicare Advantage plan.
Miss Bob, can you use the microphone? Otherwise, the person transcribing they'll hear dead air.
Well, first of all, my
Thank
head
you.
is spinning.
Thank you.
We're
And I
happy.
go to a lot of insurance meetings. So
We're happy
my,
to do an education meeting.
So for this piece of paper here, what the pink is what they have now and the yellow is what is proposed?
Both
them
of
are
those
proposed.
are being, yep. So
Two options.
one or the other.
Okay, but this is just for the drug coverage.
No, that is for the supplement, and you go buy your own prescription drug, or you take the Advantage policy, which has a prescription drug card built into it.
Which is the advantage?
The
pink
yellow
or
one?
Yellow?
The yellow one, yep.
So the pink column has projected prices on here?
So the CMS, Center for Medicare Services, prior to, I think, yesterday or within the last day or two, did not approve the 257, which is basically what the Part B costs. So Part A is typically free. Part B costs X number of dollars.
So did they? So
Yep,
is
sorry,
the
the
projected price a firm price now? As of yesterday? Is that what you said?
It is, yeah. I believe it's been approved now by the federal government. So,
Okay,
but that's something the federal government determines.
yeah. I just was confused how you were gonna put
It-
something out.
Well,
You
because
voted on that
it
was
given,
projected, so-
it was given last week to, or I think this week maybe to, prior to it being approved, we wanted the same information to be handed out
Okay.
to everybody. So,
So now it's not projected, it
no,
is a firm.
it's final from CMS now. Yep. Yep. It's not the price; it's a deductible.
Sorry, I am completely confused now. It's, okay, thank you.
Okay.
So with this going out, we can take off where it says projected.
Yep.
I can take, yeah,
It will be taken off before it's finalized. Yes.
Okay.
we've been looking every day,
Yeah.
waiting for the word to
Been
come on.
waiting for this.
Wait on the government.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we'll place on the regular agenda the Health Alliance 5-tier rate proposed structure, and then the proposed two plans for 65 and over. Correct? Okay, is council in agreement with that? Yes. Okay, we'll place those on the regular agenda. Thank you for all your hard work in pulling this together.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And if anybody has questions, I know
Staying.
Sarah and Josh will be able to answer the questions for you.
Yeah, and
Or
if
Miss
anybody
Bateman.
that's not here is more than welcome to come to our office as well. So,
Okay,
right off of Woodlawn, right in front of Walmart. So,
perfect. Thank you very much.
They're on with.
They're on with the regular 5-tier plans. Okay. Next, Ms. Rolfs.
I'm looking at all this, and I'm
Yep.
thinking, it's in their contract, right?
They meet the
Didn't change
conditions of their contract, what has
Is
been
any of
proposed.
this changing for their contract, or are they,
There was an additional plan that was added to meet the contractual obligation for one of the unions, the $1,500 plan.
okay,
All of the other plans proposed meet the minimum requirements of the contracts.
thank you.
It, in the contract, it just says a $1,500 deductible.
Yep.
It doesn't say if what type of 1,500. So since the HSA, they don't offer that 1,500 HSA anymore, that's why she went with the deductible one, or POS, whatever she called it. Yeah, they went with the other one, but it's still a 1,500. And since this actually is in the fire department's contract, the two gentlemen from the fire department agreed that was okay, that it was $1,500. They were okay with that, just as long as there was one offered.
I just didn't know if we had contract language yet that we needed to
No.
throw in here.
They were all good with it. Yep.
Okay. All right, next item up on the agenda is item number 6, request to permit Lincoln's annual Christmas parade Thursday, December 5th, 2024.
Put it on the agenda.
I don't think the golf cart will go in the snow.
Regular? Consent agenda? Okay. Okay, we'll place item number 6 on the consent agenda. Next item is item number 7, the Lincolnwood Lift Station Control Upgrade. Mr. Bounds.
So the Lincolnwood Lift Station is in need of a control upgrade. We have babied this thing as long as we absolutely can. I do not believe it's going to make it through another winter. We've received an estimate that's in your packet for $15,300. I am asking you guys to put it on the agenda, approve it next week for a cost not to exceed $18,000 for anything that they come up with during the rehab.
Move to approve.
Place on the
Tired of
regular
hearing-
agenda.
I'm tired of Andrew giving me updates on this thing. It's like limping along.
Okay, place it on the regular agenda. Yes. Okay, we'll place item number 7 on the regular agenda. Okay, that brings us down to announcements. Does anybody have an announcement that they'd like to share? Mr. Parrott.
Yes, I was able to participate with the lead on the Logan County Career Spark Expo at the junior high last, I think it was last Friday, and I think we were asked, and I responded back in an email on being able to present for the city of Lincoln, and basically. What I did is I provided an opportunity for the students to vote, to get informed, to be an active participant, as a citizen, of Lincoln, and just since Thursday was Halloween, and this past week was election week, I just had them vote on something silly as their favorite classic Universal monster. So I had Dracula, I had the Mummy, I had the Wolfman, and I had Frankenstein. Well, I had slides and pictures as well for them to view, and played a little Halloween music, I guess, as they were going around to the different booths and such. And any guess on which one was the most popular?
Mummy.
The Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by far. So, but anyway, so that was fun to do, and they had great participation, and a lot of other businesses and entities across the city participating, and it was just a really great event.
Thanks for sharing that and for representing us. Appreciate it. For the council, since we've got you all here, you all should have received an invite to attend an open house on Thursday night for the Illinois American new facility. Correct? If you're not familiar with that, get with us and we'll get you the information. They're going to have an open house for the council to come out and meet their staff and see the new facility that's been opened up. This is the one that's at the backside of the landscape waste facility out on Broadwell Drive. Yeah, 5 to 6:30. Yeah, and if you haven't RSVP'd, I don't think they'll kick you out if you show up. They were just trying to get a count for food and stuff like that. So, good opportunity to go out. Just remember, if we're all out there, we can't talk city business. So, keep that in mind. Not more than 2 at a time. We talked about that once. Okay. Well, and people may roll in and out at different times anyways. Okay. Any other announcements? If there are no announcements, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Alderman Eimer made the motion. Alderman Downs second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. This meeting is adjourned at 7:14 p.m.